Hello there, my name is Abdul Latif Aliyu. I am member of the Humanitarian Activities Committee and also the immediate past chair for Regionate Humanitarian Activities Committee. I currently serve as the Regionate Vice Chair for Student Activities. Today we'll be discussing about what is humanitarian and also what kind of activities can you do within IEEE humanitarian related activities and also volunteering as an humanitarian in general. And for your respective site groups, what are the kind of activities that you can carry out within these humanitarian endeavors that you do. But before we proceed, I would first of all like us to understand what humanitarian is all about and also what are the principles guiding it. So first of all, reaching out to solve problems and to save life, reducing suffering from people, providing necessary support to help people, and you yourself being a change maker. And when the circumstances arises, you are able to provide those kind of solutions that people need to survive. Then we can actually categorize it as being and humanitarian. So what are the principles that guide that? First of all, the principle of humanity. You respond to human suffering when there's need for that. And you are also impartial, meaning that you don't take side on incidences or occurrence. And there's also the principle of neutrality, meaning that irrespective of the circumstances, we are able to, provide the right judgment based on the occurrence. And independence, serve to other goal than help people and human life. So this, if you'll be able to ask yourself these questions and you answer them, meaning that do you provide selfless service? Do you go extra mile to help people? And are you concerned where others are suffering? And are you happy to help others? Then if all this is yes, 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 then of course you will definitely be considered as a humanitarian. But most importantly, do you solve problems to benefit others in your community, in your environment, in your work environment, and space like that? Then that actually ties down there. The SDG have made it very simple in the sense that we have the sustainable development goals, 17 of them, that actually brought out those things that you can do in line with helping people. We have organizations within IEEE and also in other organizations that does respective humanitarians. Within IEEE, I can continue to mention, we have the big one, which is the IEEE Foundation, that reach out to respective OUs within IEEE to make sure that those OU have funds to be able to carry out those activities, reaching out to donors, etc. And we have the Humanitarian Activities Committee now transforming to Humanitarian Technology Board, the HTB, also part of those OU within IEEE. We have the IEEE Smart Village. We have the IEEE Empower a Billion Lives. We have the MOVE, and so many other ones within IEEE. And even right now, some of the technical societies are looking into making sure that they can produce a very reliable, sustainable fund for people to carry out activities as related to humanitarian. So when you look outside of IEEE, there are several other organizations, big organizations actually, that carry out this humanitarian effort. Although their own concept might differ from ours, which I will elaborate in a bit. And I will just try to list out some of them. Some of them you're part of them, and some of them are people that you've seen, those things. You have the Rotary Club, for example. They do their humanitarian effort. Some of their programs include the polio and also the WASH event environment. They have 7 focus areas which I will not delving into the concept of this presentation. You have the US aid, you have the UK aid, you have the World Food Program, you have several of them, that are there for you to be able to look into. But for us, we have the side groups, right? We have our respective side groups, which stands for Special Interest Group for Humanitarian Technology. Let's not take that technology part of it out, because that's one of our distinct features. So what we are not supposed to do as being a site member is kind of different. We are not, as other organizations, a first respondent to crisis. For example, when there is incidents of outbreak of war in the locations, we don't, put on our rescue jacket and go in there that we want to be a first respondent to help people. And it's very important for us to note that all what we do within site has to, do with technology. Meaning that whatever programs that you're putting together, you have to consider technology. So that's why we're special interest groups on humanitarian tech. So it's a network of IEEE volunteers around the globe, focusing on underserved community and leveraging technology, for sustainable development. So it's very important. We are volunteers. We focus on underserved community, meaning the community that are abandoned, and also we leverage on sustainable technology for sustainable development. So this is very, very important. And once we be able to do this, we will understand the kind of project we should bring, in place. Sustainable solutions and projects that create long-time difference in the minds of people. So you're talking about sustainability, you're talking about critical things that has to do with use of tech, and also you focus on the underground, underserved community. So some of the values is that you focus on sustainable solution, you operate through your local volunteers and also focus on your local community, and you are able to partner with other people like your school, hospitals, companies, that align with your goal and vision. And you can also use the opportunity as a platform for you to learn, network, and continue to learn and learn and learn. So all these values are put together, for site group. With that being said, so we have two types of site groups. We have professional site groups, which are sponsored by either technical society, the section, the region, etc. And they engage in a long-time engagement with the community. And we have the normal university site groups, which is sponsored by student branches, faculty, and all that. And all you need to have to build one site group is just to have 6 active volunteers. Once you are up to 6, you can send in a successful proposals and put things together, and you're able to, go into it. I think in Region 8, we have quite a number, more than 30, about clocking 40 right now. And when proposal comes, the focus should be try to understand what that proposal is all about. That's number one. Understand the call for proposal. What is the objective of that proposal? I remember during COVID, a lot of proposals come out to tackle COVID, and of recently there's been a community intervention project for Region 8, which I'm aware of a lot of submission that comes out from our region, which is kind of impressive. So people submit proposals in line with the theme that comes at that time. And the most important thing is you have to now put the factor of sustainability in it. You put the factor of community engagement in it. You have to put the factor that you're using technology to solve problem. And you have to put sustainability factor in it, which is very, very important, right? So I've already mentioned type of site group and what they can do. And also now it's very important for me to rehash that you have to focus on technology in underserved community, and you have to focus on humanitarian technology development, and also technology related policy project that has to do with the community and such. So what cannot be a side project? For example, you cannot focus solely on providing education or teacher in service programs, and just be like, okay, you are doing that. So we did not 100% support immediate response to disasters. This is not part of side group project, and it's not going to be considered even though you put a proposal through. And what project requirements must also very, very importantly must align with the type of project, just like I mentioned, must benefit an underserved community or group, must be technology focused, and may involve multiple activities, which is quite good, like community building, technology adaptation, development assessment, and so on. All these are encouraged actually, and must focus on ensuring sustainability of project results. So sustainability must be incorporated in whatever plan that you have. And this is one of the things that we looked at when we're reviewing. And once we review your proposal and we feel like you fell short of these things, those projects might not be considered. So when you talk about project, you have to consider your budget, and also you have to consider your local community. You have to consider the risk that is attached to that project. And most importantly, it's not that there won't be risks. There might be several risks, but some can be converted into the positive risks and also the negative. But one important thing that we'd like to see, if you mention the risks, is how you intend to mitigate them. So mitigation of risks is very, very important, and you must ensure that you put that in clear terms that people will do. But overall, when we do project, what do you want to see? Clear identification of need for local underserved community, that there is a problem and you are there to solve them. And you must provide the evidence that you already connected with that community, that perhaps you have done some engagement and they have given you a go-ahead, thumbs up for you to go. You have to provide them. And how do you make that project sustainable? Not just one-off and you back up and it's dead. Then what's going to be the overall impact that we intend to see? So there's this project assessment matrix that is put together. Try to understand it. Try to provide that information that is there, and also ensure that everything there is detailed. The best practices we look for if there is need for you to change anything on the project, is for you to reach out and communicate that, okay, there will be change on this project and this is what I'm proposing new. A committee will review that and also get back to you. And the timeline, you have to follow the timeline. If anything change in the timeline, you still have to go back and tell them that unfortunately, because of X, we cannot proceed with this, and we have to do that. We had so many interesting projects with Regionate. I remember at the time of COVID, we had to put together the site hackathon, which is still going to happen this year. And a lot of submissions came from respective student branches, which is encouraging. And I know that the COVID wristband won from one of the Regionate. And also Get Well Generate Energy project, something that happened in Jordan. These are an example of projects you can look into. And even the, the marketplace project. And it will be nice for us to hear whatever you're doing in our humanitarian voices. So that being said, we are there and hoping to take questions, and we are here to help you. So remember, side groups are very, very special group that focus on humanitarian technology-related projects, and also ensure that they put technology in place. My name is Abdulateef Aliyu, and I'm happy to be part of this. Thank you very much, and you take care. Bye-bye.